Hello everyone, welcome to part 2 of my playthrough of Legacy of Kain Reaver 2 Remastered. Before we start, we were talking about Dumar and all the previous brothers. I don't know if I showed any of my figures from my collection in the first playthrough, but I wanted to show the Dumar one because he's particularly massive and quite rare as well. But he is one of the most insane models that I've ever got. He's massive, he's absolutely he's huge and he's heavy, and he actually has light up eyes. They've got the detail of the mask here. Take it off. There's his big ugly face in there, and he does actually have a light effect. Ta-da! Glowing red eyes, which is really cool. Yeah, so I just wanted to show that. Yeah, at the moment they're releasing comics about the brothers and how they became to be the devolved vampires that we know from the first game, and the Zephon comic was absolutely insane. It was really something. Really cool. So I'm looking forward to the other ones. So yeah, we'll get a whole Dumar comic as well. Anyway, so we got to the ruins underneath the pillars, so we will continue with our playthrough. So yeah, the saves are sort of spaced out in a weird kind of way. So in the first game you were able to just save whenever you wanted. Now you have to kind of wait till you get to a save point, which is fine, no problem with that. Just having a look at the Elder God close up. I thought he had a line here, but it might come.
Not fair me.
There he goes. That was one of those lines that I didn't know about for a while because I never thought to really swim up to him back in the day. Yes. Right, so to navigate out of this, follow those beautiful crystals. Let's see if the shadow demons actually want to attack me this time. That was a weird glitch where they just chose not to attack. Yes, they want me now.
Oh.
See how they've got their own version of a little soul or something, and it floats around and then just shoots into the ground, which is quite cool. I love the particle effects as well, the just atmospheric particles, like glowing bugs or something. Nice effect. That was in the original game as well. There's that attack I was on about. Have I just come back to the start? No, I don't think so. Yes, we're going this way. It can be quite confusing in this area. It's quite large. There's only so many places you can go. I'm sorry if this is going to make people motion sickness. Get motion sickness. I'll try not to move around so much. Following the crystals. That's what I was looking for. I knew there was an upwards bit to go to. Yes, notice there's a climbing wall. Actually, that's something worth mentioning. So, you remember we got all the glyphs in the first game. Well, they're all gone now, sadly. And we just have a map summoning the Soul Reaver. Have a look at the map actually. Nice. Never really used it though. It's just not fully needed, to be honest. But yeah, so we lost all of our lovely glyph spells, which is a shame. But we kept certain abilities like climbing, etc. And swimming, of course.
I surfaced into a very different landscape. The daylight barely penetrated the dense canopy of this forest. Here I discovered an ancient ruin, unmistakably one of Mobius's time-streaming chambers, but long ago sealed and abandoned to the encroaching swamp. I didn't currently possess the means to break this seal, but I thought in time that I might.
In time, I might. So here we are, the swamp. So I'm going to jump on all the rocks here because, actually once I get around this corner I'll show you. This is what happens when you go into the swamp itself. You get properly bogged down, literally, and do this fun little animation of pulling your feet out, trying to get through this mud. So it slows you down, so yeah, walk on the edges.
So, my lurking observer was exposed. The creature vanished when he realized he was discovered, but I caught a glimpse of him, and his features were distinctive enough. This was the vampire Vorador, the monstrous assassin depicted in the Stronghold. Strange that a creature brazen enough to assault the Circle single-handedly would avoid confronting me. Very well. If Vorador would not come to me, I would go to him. But first, I needed to find some means of reaching that terrace.
Our first glimpse of Vorador. Get out. Got really stuck in here, haven't I? Jump. Look at this frog. I've always loved these like frogs that you find in the swamp here. Their jumping animations, hilarious but cute. I've always loved that animation. There you go, there's the PS2 version. Not bad, honestly. And then remastered. Cute. Again, like Raziel hasn't seen any life around, everything's dead other than crows, you know. It's quite interesting for him. Back in the day I remember watching Raina's videos on glitching out the game and things, and there's a way where you can jump up. It takes a long time, but you can jump up on here. I think it's this one, or it might be that one over there. You jump on the edge of this save, and once you get up there, you can eventually get out of bounds and walk around the edge of the swamp and walk all the way around the edges up here and just explore, you know, the out of bounds of the game. But I remember when I was a kid, like trying to do the same thing, and it was really, really hard. But yeah, landed on the top of that thing. I'm assuming it'll not have changed in the remaster. I don't think these have been updated, but yeah, you have to just keep trying, and eventually you land on the tip, and then you can get out. I'm not going to spend all day doing this. I was just demonstrating just to see if I could get it by chance on one go. I don't think it's going to happen. Close. But yes, there's all sorts of interesting secrets like that. Little bugs you can do.
There appeared to be a passage here, leading northward into the mountains. The opening, however, was obstructed and too high for me to reach. Perhaps later I would find the means to bypass these obstacles.
Perhaps.
My lurking friend was nowhere to be seen, but I found these runes even more intriguing. I recognized these arcane symbols from the chamber beneath the pillars, and realized that this shrine too was sealed to all but the bearer of the Reaver.
Indeed. Right, our first puzzle area. So this is the Dark Reaver Forge. Hello. Don't you hide behind that pillar. Get out. You coward. I hate these guys when they, like, duck. Very annoying. Just casually jump on his legs and rip his body in half. Now that's a finisher. Ta-da! What an interesting key. Now, if I run around in these quite a bit, it's because like I said, I'm not as familiar with Soul Reaver 2 as I am with Soul Reaver 1. I could do that with my eyes closed. So there might be a little bit more running around trying to find things and remembering how to do puzzles and stuff. Like I said, I did complete the remaster about a year ago, but I still found parts where I was like, oh, hang on, which way was it? A shiny. Ooh. Let's get this. Right, okay. Don't think there's anything to do in there yet. So yes, as I was saying about that achievement about using every weapon, as soon as you see any new weapon, including things on the wall, just pick it up and use it. So like these guys, you should be using their weapons, take one and kill somebody with it, and that'll get you the achievement. So that was the only one I was really worried about at the time, because it's quite a lot to remember and I wasn't 100% familiar with all the types of weapons. So I think I even looked up a guide to make sure that I wasn't going to miss any. Yes.
Throughout this ancient shrine, murals depicted the winged race, the apocalyptic war against their mysterious and equally inhuman adversaries. These winged beings, it seemed, were not only the architects of the pillars, but of this enigmatic place as well. And just as in the pillar's chamber, this shrine was adorned throughout with imagery of the Reaver, depicted with the reverence of a holy icon.
So really, Raziel only knows the Soul Reaver as just really Kain's weapon. He knows the history of it in terms of it's possessed and that sort of thing. But beyond that, he doesn't really know much more about it. Down we jump. I think it's this side first. I do love the colours in the spirit world in Soul Reaver 2. It's very saturated and I just love the effects. A lot of green lighting, blue lighting, very cool. I might be able to shoot them. Look, you can see them eating all the souls I need. You little things, right. Go down there and kill them, it's much easier. See, they jump up in the air to like dodge your Reaver. They can also dodge your kick attack as well. Right. They can become solid again as well if you don't suck them in quick enough. They will take a soul and then become solid. I think this one was one of the special weapons you have to not miss. Right, I've got to get back up now. Right, will I make it before I get shot? Just. Right, so we're going to move this. This is like a shadow puzzle, this one. Light goes there, and we're grabbing one of these. This is not that obvious, to be honest. There's a bit of a glowing effect there, but you would probably miss those. But you're basically trying to look for this symbol of the pillar itself in this circle, and the circle represents the light, I think, and that it's going to be blocking the light. So you pull it across, and then you get a special walkway made of shadow, because obviously you cannot actually make that jump over there. You can walk on that. Very Indiana Jones moment. It's quite cool. I think we're just moving this all the way around, aren't we? Oh, I know. I forgot one little step. I can't get through that one, can I? Or can I? Ah. That's where we've got to place that thing. Whoops. Right. So now we've got to get that other piece. So I'm assuming that was the other direction. Going well so far, touch wood. I was fully expected to get stuck because I forgot a step. It's the other part of when you've played these games so many times, you watch people play them, you play them yourself over the years, a lot of things tend to blend together and then you forget what order to do things in. Yes, and a tip as well, sometimes it's easier not to lock onto the enemies and just run around and hit them rather than use the auto lock. Sometimes it's a little bit janky, and it also, I believe it forces them to dodge and block a lot more as well. Ah, look at this guy. A four-legged, well, not four-legged, it's more like a non-bipedal Sluar. Which is quite a weird design. He's really cool though, look at him. So he's more like a more bestial version than the normal Sluar. Yes. Jump, 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 jump. Thank you. I think I need to go to the material world, I think. Ah, yes. This is where they might shoot me off this wall. They did not. Nice. So we're going to go across to here. And I believe we're going this way, but you can't make that jump. So it's another Spectral Realm puzzle, which are always fantastic in these games. Actually, let's use a Soul Reaver for this one. Completely annihilates them. The Soul Reaver is obviously very overpowered, even at this stage. So I think it's the same again. I'm going to shoot up here. Boop. Here comes the light, and it needs to face... needs to face the one that's the not full moon. And then we've got another movable pillar here. I love that we've still got the same drag animation from the first game, where he just puts its whole back and neck into pulling the the block along. I'm sure we're supposed to go up there, aren't we? Yes, we are. Oh. I activated the swimming animation glitch. Right, so this is the way we come. Yes, that is what we need. Thank you very much. Interesting music. Same composers as last time, still Kurt Harland and Jim Hedges doing the all the music and stuff. Fantastic. Right, I think we're just leaving with this. I think, and I hope. Ah, yes. I forgot that will open for me here. So that is straight ahead. On the pedestal. Look at this moon. It's all about light and dark and the shadow of the moon. So this music's very reminiscent of the glyph music from the first game. Very dramatic. A demented choir. That crystal is cool as well. It's very the crystal from the Dark Crystal inspired, I think.
As I neared the altar, I suddenly felt the Reaver quickening of its own volition. Just as in William's chapel, the balance of power tangibly shifted. Voracious and willful, the Soul Reaver was now in control, and I, merely its helpless puppet. The Reaver plunged itself into that mysterious altar, and devouring the energy that emanated from within, drained this place of its power. Thus sated, the Reaver released me, and I realized as I recovered control that these ancient shrines were forges, each purpose-built to enhance the Reaver with elemental power.
Yes, thank you for the increase of life. So there we go, we now have the Dark Reaver. And each Reaver has a different sound. This is very cool. Very cool, very bassy. And yes, those fonts that are around the in the world which we've walked past, I don't know if I showed them really, but that's where you can imbue the Reaver with a particular element. See the symbol on the door here, it's just a Soul Reaver, which means an unimbued normal Soul Reaver will let you through, but also if it's imbued you still get through with it.
Now I understood the purpose of the mysterious basins I had seen throughout my journey. They were elemental fonts, each attuned to a fundamental essence. When I forged the blade, every font in Nosgoth with the same elemental attunement was simultaneously quickened. The Reaver's enhancements were never permanent, but these fonts enabled me to re-imbue the blade by bathing it in the elemental energy distilled therein.
See how fantastic the dialogue is for learning English and the nuance of English language. So many words, font, imbue, all of this stuff.
Concentric circles, one eclipsing the other. I recognized this symbol from the door sealing that other ancient shrine, the one I had seen in the lake outside the SUPERFAN Stronghold. Perhaps now, armed as I was with the elemental power of darkness, I could return and gain entry.
Indeed. So already, the game is leading us to do a backtrack and go back to the lake that we were just at, outside the SUPERFAN Stronghold. So yeah, that puzzle's not too difficult, I suppose. It can stump you for a bit, though, definitely, when you haven't quite figured out what the mechanic is and what it's asking you to do.
Ragged excuse for a savior?
Vorador.
I see my reputation precedes me.
It does.
All good, I hope? I've been watching you since you emerged from that accursed stronghold. Strange that your arrival coincides with the corruption of the pillars. But I'm wondering, are you the catalyst of these events? Or the answer to them?
I don't know what you mean.
I will speak plainly then. I distrust your origins, stranger. Seeing you crawl from the putrid depths of Mobius's keep makes me question your purpose here. And what should I make of your appearance? Not human, clearly, and more demon than vampire. And the pillars. It is no mere coincidence that your arrival in that clearing heralded the pillars' decay. And so I ask you plainly, are you the instrument of the pillars' destruction or their salvation?
Neither.
Very well. Let us look at the other side of the coin. I have followed your journey and watched as you blithely unlocked secrets that have been sealed and forbidden for thousands of years. The path you have been treading is open to only one being. You don't know what you are, do you?
I have been many things. If you find me ignorant, enlighten me.
What's the point? This world is beyond redemption. Let the human cattle have it.
I would expect better than meek capitulation from you.
Centuries of persecution have taught me well. 500 years ago, our race was nearly exterminated by the fanatical crusades of the SUPERFAN. And now the same sick drama unfolds again. In merely a decade, Mobius's cutthroat citizen army has nearly accomplished what the SUPERFAN could not. Vampires meddling in the affairs of men. Look where it's brought us.
What am I to make of these secrets I've uncovered, then? The depictions of the winged race, the pillars, and the Reaver.
Fairy tales, boy. The delusions of an ancient culture clinging to hope long after the world had discarded them. Their bloodline trickled away, until only one of the ancients remained, sustained solely by obligation and his unfaltering faith in the old prophecies. But you see, even if you are who you appear to be, it no longer matters. You're simply too late. Janos Audron, the Reaver Guardian, the last of the ancients, and my maker, was murdered by the SUPERFAN nearly 5 centuries ago. He alone would have the answers you seek, but his secrets died with him. I don't know how you've come even this far without his guidance, or without the Reaver, stolen these 500 years ago by the SUPERFAN. I'm afraid, my friend, that you and all of us are out of luck.
I had no less reason to trust Vorador than anyone else I had met. In fact, The ancient vampire was the most forthright being I had encountered thus far. If Janos Audron was the key to all this, then I would find him, and Mobius's time-streaming device would provide me passage. But first, I had to find a way back into the Stronghold, and I suspected I would find the means within the lake's mysterious shrine.
There we go. So that's quite an interesting talk with Vorador there, and he's voiced by Paul Lukather. Very, very cool. So yeah, I mean, in Blood Omen, Kain met Vorador in his mansion. I believe his mansion is meant to be located in this forest somewhere. Yes. I love how everyone always calls Raziel boy. You've got Mobius going, my boy, and Vorador do it there. None of them know his actual age. They're all just assuming. Which is quite interesting. I think I'm going the wrong way. Let's go this way anyway, just to see. Oh yes, I think I am. I'll just walk around and figure out my bearings in a moment. But yes, it's always calling him boy as if he's much younger than them, but Raziel's at least 1,000 years old. I forget how long he was in the Abyss, actually. Might have been centuries. Was it another 500 years? Because I know there's a 500-year time gap, I think, in Defiance coming up. Possibly. So yeah, I think it might be that again. So he could be like 2,000 years old, and they're all going, you know what you're talking about, my boy. Which is quite amusing. Also, Vorador didn't question how you seemed to know so much about him. Because Raziel said, I'd expect more from you, with like the attitude that he had about how everything's gone. And Vorador said, yeah, years of persecution have taught me well. He didn't question, well, I don't know how you would know. But yeah, it's like he's not questioning that this is a time-travelling being, I suppose. Yeah, see, I've just come all the way back here. Right, I need to concentrate now. Where am I trying to go? That's the door I went through to get up here. This way.
Here it comes.
Here it comes. You don't even know what it is. Ah, yes, I know where I am now. The swamp isn't actually as big as it seems, it's just you can get turned around a few times. Right, so yes, the first big backtrack. The sewing has the same controls as the first game as well, which is quite nice. Gonna attack me this time? Yes, they are. I do wonder why those first few were passive. I'd never seen that bug before. It was quite funny, it gave me a chance to talk about stuff rather than run around fighting. I think we are going down here. Hello, Elder God.
my wayward child returns.
Having unearthed more than you'd like, I suspect. What am I to make of these ruins that litter the land, and these images here in this chamber?
Merely the deceits of a failed civilization. You are being misled, Raziel. This ancient race hoped to manipulate the future with these scrawled misdirections. You must tread carefully. There are dark forces at work in this world, bent on subverting your true destiny.
I have no doubt of that. The question is, am I in their presence right now?
Oh.
Arrogance will spell your demise, Raziel. Deny my will, and the arc of your destiny will reach a sudden conclusion.
Your threats are unmoving. Even now, I'm beyond your reach.
My reach is longer than you realize. This is a very dangerous game you're playing, Raziel.
No response to that. I don't technically need to save here, but I just feel like I should. Just in case, you never know. So yes, the Elder God's telling us that all of this is all trying to mislead me. It's all a lie, everything. He's being very avoidant about the truth. Doesn't want Raziel to know, he just wants Raziel to kill Kain, that's all he wants. So does everyone. But as said, he's getting sick of being manipulated here, there and everywhere. Now, a lot of Soul Reaver 2, the events that happened were things that they were planning to put in Soul Reaver 1, but they ran out of room. There was so much more they wanted to put into the game originally, so yeah, quite a lot of the conclusions and outcomes that happened here in Soul Reaver 2 were originally going to all be on the PS1, which would have been amazing. But I'm glad they did move to put it on the next gen console at the time. So I remember reading about it in this magazine. It showed a side-by-side comparison of the two different Raziel models to show you how many different triangles they have in the actual build and how much more resources they had to play with, which was very cool. So we got a prettier game out of it in a way.
Here it comes.
Should have technically killed a friend then. The music should change here, really. It's stuck on the Pillars music. I wonder if I fight, will it change? There we go. I've overcharged the Reaver, and that's when it goes fully red and you hear that buzzing noise and it starts to suck my health out. Just thought I'd show the mechanic there. Yes, that's fixed the music. I'll put the Reaver away so we can run normally. He has to run with his arm behind him. Like, how soon would you have a sore shoulder doing this like all day? Just feels quite awkward. So pop the Soul Reaver away and run normally. Should be able to take that weapon. shooting back with it. I think that was the thing in an early version of the first game. You could take one of those crossbow bolt things from the human vampire hunters and actually use it. Right, it's back here now. Was it this side of the lake or was it the other side? Yes, other side. I think. Just trying to remember where I was actually going then. There we are. Going this way. So see the dark colour of this gate, this door. Literally saying you just needed the Dark Reaver to be able to open it, and the symbol for this place is similar symbol but with rays coming off it, so therefore it's the Light Reaver. Shrine, font, area, forge. I love how they run away from you, those things. Cool music.
These murals left no room for doubt. These winged creatures were indeed the architects of the pillars. And while the images were difficult to decipher, the pillars appeared to banish or diminish their enemies somehow.
Yes. Yes, so the enemy of the winged beings are the Hilden, which we, I think at this stage, have no knowledge of other than those pictures. Look at that guy back there. He like remembered where I was and then was aiming there as if I was still stood there, like an idiot. It's a huge temple, this one. Very Egyptian-esque, ancient Egyptian sort of style. Thank you very much. Now, I can't remember which side you have to do first or if it even mattered. I can't remember. That's a Dark Reaver. I think so, is that one. Yeah, both of these require the Dark Reaver, so which will have been reset for me. So I guess there's only one way to do it. Just want to find a portal now. I think it is deeper within. Yeah, that's right. We've got to be careful of this eye. What a great demonstration. A thing just pops up and you're like, okay, and then it gets vaporized by an eye. Ooh, so scary. Ooh. Yeah, it's a one shot to send you straight to the spirit world. So yes, we need that sparkly star thing, but we cannot get it yet. Also, notice how warped this corridor was when we just came up it in the spirit world, and now it's a completely straight line. Still one of the coolest things they came up with in this series, with the whole warping of the real world in terms of changing the actual geometry in the world when you change the spirit world. It's very, very cool. Right, what am I trying to do? Do I want to move the light here first? I think that's later. Yes. So let's go this way first. Ta-da! Is there no door in here? Why do I think there was a door? So I think that's... Is that through in here? I think it's here first. Because I'm sure that room back there is the final step. I think. So I'll pop that there. Let's drag this one back. Same sound from the first Soul Reaver as well. Ching ching. When you stab your claws into the thing. Yeah, so that lights up that. I don't think I need that thing yet though, that I've just used. I'm sure that's the final step. I hope. Actually, what I hope is that I can take this off if I messed that up. Can I take that? No, I cannot. Hopefully I haven't broken something doing that. Because I believe there is some sort of game-breaking bug in one of these places like a soft lock. I can't remember. It might have been the first puzzle actually, but I don't think I've ever accidentally found it. But there's a first time for everything. Oh yeah. That's what happens when it wants the Dark Reaver and you use the normal Reaver. You get magnet rejected. Yeah, I'm hoping I haven't done that wrong. We will soon find out. What am I here for? I need something. Do I need to... I think I'm just climbing up, aren't I? Yes. Whoops. Can I make that jump? I feel like I can't. No, I think I'm going this way, aren't I? Yes. All the way to the top. Then I can make it. Still only just though. Missed. There's two unique weapons. Guessing they were the ones to use. Right, so that is a Dark Reaver thingy-majiggy. Which we don't have yet, so we'll go back. Yeah, so when you go into the spirit world and come back, you obviously lose any kind of elemental imbued power on the Reaver, so that's part of the puzzle, of course. So we'll come down here. Get all these idiots. Oh, well, I need to do that anyway. I didn't want to do it then, but it happened. Here. Just trying to throw it. Yeah, I think if you pull that out, that will help you get back out of here again. Ah, yes. Forgot the Shadow Guardians for the fonts. That repowers the Reaver. Right, so we've got the Dark Reaver now. See, he just went back into the ground there. I thought they only did that when you had the keys. Not a Reaver. I'm just misremembering. Ooh, I got stuck on the edge. Right, so here we go. Another shadow path. These are time sensitive as well, so you have to get across quick. Right, what am I here for? One of these guys. There you go. Kill the leader and the other ones freak out and disappear immediately. Going with this. Down there, I guess. open this. Ta-da! So that's one side done. Now what was I to do on the other side? So I think I'll go and open, because I've got the Dark Reaver now, I might as well use it, so I think I use that to open this door. That feels correct. I'm still slightly worried I've messed something up here, because this feels too simple. I need light on here. Ah. Yes. So move this out of the way. Ah yeah, I think I'm okay. I think I have done it correct. So that just lowers this pillar so that the light can come through. This already has a light effect on it, so I think we're just simply spinning it. Ta-da! Is that it? Then we can go and get the star from the start. And I think that's the last step. Such a cool temple, this whole like puzzle. I think this is one of my favourite ones actually. To be fair, all of these Forge temple shrine things are all quite unique in their own way, and they're all, like I said, they're similar to the glyphs in the first game, but just a little bit more advanced. A bit bigger as well, like the whole area. So you come all the way up here, and here now you can, I think I'm going to have to kill some things because this is just going to get too difficult. Get too close. Oh. Right. Now since you've got the Dark Reaver, this is a special thing you can do with it. You can blind the eye temporarily. Oof. And now we have the thing. Oh yeah, this is what I was remembering. The guys all disappear into the ground now that I've got this star thing. I don't know if it's because like they're scared of it or they just know that you've completed the puzzle so they just let you go. Who knows? Right, so I think we're just jumping down here. Boop. Yes. There we go. So I didn't mess it up. I love how Raziel's freaking out. What the hell's happening? Run! Wow. Ooh, I might get a cool screenshot here actually while I'm here. Boop. I never thought to get one with the strange sun behind. Oh, should I go stand up the stairs? Yes, let's go do that. Yeah, that's quite cool. I messed up my position now. Shame it's quite dark. All the music has stopped. Here we go. The Light Reaver.
I plunged the Reaver into the forge and imbued the blade with the elemental power of light. Thus armed, I now had the means to re-enter the Stronghold and finally use Mobius's time-streaming device to accomplish my own ends.
That's the plan. Oh yeah, the sound for this one. There you go. Quite different. Very cool. Right, I'll just get outside and get onto the right side of the lake and save. Oh. I always forget there's a guardian for these things too, it's not just the fonts. He guards this gate too. Ah. So it's teaching you about that crystal mechanic, which Vaziel was pointing out a while ago. I think I'm too far away. Oh, I'm not. I have noticed that every now and then I'm not getting my target, whatever you call that thing, reticule or whatever it is. It doesn't show up all the time. I see the light effect, but normally there's a little target and it's been not showing up. Don't know if that's a new bug or something I've done. Or an old bug. But yeah, look at the light effect. There's actually a volume lighting coming off. Well, not volume, but a lighting effect coming off Raziel. Now you have the Light Reaver. It's very cool. And yeah, since we repaired the Reaver, it's not really being in our control anymore. The spirit inside us awoken and it's sort of acting more of like an evil parasite now. Right, I think I should go and save. Oh, is the save not here? See, even now, I mean, I know these games so well, and yet I don't. And I mess things up. That's the other side, isn't it? Yes, it is. I think. Door is closed. Oh! Of course. So this threw me off before. Somebody, somewhere, decided to close the gate. And you have to reopen it. Who did that while I was in there? Because I swam through that to get back here. I always forget that. I'm sure I make that mistake every time. Here we are. So I'm just going to save and we can then get back inside the Stronghold if we shoot this crystal. That crystal. Should I do it then save? Yeah, let's do it. Ta-da! Actually, I don't know if this is a time thing either. I might have to come back and do it again. But that's okay. There we go. Saved. We're making good progress. So that's been 2 hours exact to get to this point. Fab. Right, I'll leave it there. Thank you very much for watching. So that was part 2 of my playthrough of Soul Reaver 2 Remastered. Hopefully you're enjoying it. I know it's not quite as an in-depth one as the first playthrough that I did, but still, I've shown you some interesting things and shown you some tips. And so far, it has worked as a walkthrough in terms of the puzzles. I have actually done them correct, so that should be useful if you're playing along in that sense. Anyway, so thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.